What is good? Live stream pop up. Yep. Quick pop up live stream. We got Cody Brundage facing off against Dante Johnson. This is the first fight that CBS is simulcasting. So if you have regular old CBS on your TV, cable TV, if you have cable TV still, or if you have any access to any kind of CBS, get there now and let's watch along. Cody Brundage, I always love to watch along fighters from Colorado, Denver area, from the Factory X gym. I have no affiliation with Factory X. Uh, I have trained at Factory X in the past, which is a kind of a reason I do like to support and give good luck to certain fighters from that gym. However, like I said, I have really no affiliation with them. I don't currently train with them. I've never fought under their name. But just with that being said, we're here watching the Dante Johnson versus Cody Brundage fight. Cody Brundage, I believe, is still fighting under the Factory X logo um, over there with Coach Montoya. But anyway, thank you all for joining in. Quick pop up live stream. Like I said, we're going to watch this fight quick, and then I'm going to be back here in a little bit later, probably within an hour or two tonight, and we will watch the rest of the remaining 326 BMF title card between Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira. So let's get into it. Right now, Brundage currently has Johnson in a kind of like a half mount. It is 258, 257, 256, 255, and 254. If you are watching along with me here with in the Clubhouse Sportscast, welcome back. Super happy to have everybody back. Let's get into it. All right, the lighting's a little bit better when I'm right under. Let's see. This lighting's the best one about right here, so we're gonna keep it right here, and we're just gonna go right here off the rip. Live stream, just a quick little pop-up live stream. Make sure the mic is working. Get everything prepped for tonight, and we're gonna be back soon. Like I said, still Brundage in a half guard right now. Approaching less than 2 minutes in the first round of the middleweight bout between Dante Johnson and Cody Brundage. Alrighty. Nothing much going on still right now. Cody kind of just working position as he has the position in the fight currently, but he hasn't been doing too much damage or progressing, I would say, too much. Still plenty of opportunities to set something up, though. Ooh, all right, back to the feet. Back to the feet. Johnson throws 2 kicks, 1 right kick to the calf of Brundage, and they trade blows. Get back together in the middle of the octagon. Ooh, nice right by Brundage. Connects on Dante Johnson. He looks a little bit stumbled, but that's kind of just his kind of fight stance, fight style in general. He's a little bit of a clinky fighter, but throws some massive blows as Cody is reacting to some of the feints that Johnson has set up so far already. He's already just kind of flinched a couple times, and Brundage has kind of shelled up. That'll be telling here soon. See if that's something moving forward that we can look at. All right, Brundage with the right kick. Excuse me. Righty. 30 seconds left in the first round, and they are throwing some good blows at each other here towards the end. Just kind of exchanging 1-2 shots. No real combinations put together by either fighter quite yet, but still both contain the capacity and power for a one-punch knockout. So you never can rule out anything here. Approaching 5 seconds left in the left in the first round. 2-1, and the bell rings. Alrighty, and here we go to round 2. It's going to go to commercial break right now, 60-second commercial break. Once again, thank you for all joining in here with the Clubhouse Sportscast. We are an unofficial commentary and analysis program. So what that means is today we're not going to be showing any kind of audio, any kind of visual of the fight itself. Given we're just going to do a watch along here, I'm going to be broadcasting my own commentary and analysis on our end. If you have CBS right now, as mentioned, any local CBS channel should be showing the fights currently. So if you do have CBS of any capacity, go ahead and get there and let's watch along. A little bit later tonight, when I do hop on the official live stream for UFC 326, that will be on Paramount Plus. So if you do have Paramount Plus, go ahead and get there to Paramount Plus, and you'll be able to watch the fight, hear the fight, just as I am. But you'll be able to just kind of watch along, hang out with us. So last live stream was UFC 324, and we went for over 3 hours for during that live stream. So yeah, we had a good time just kind of hanging out, kicking it. Round 2 is about to start right now, so we're going to get back into commentary. All righty, quick little low kick by Brundage. Here they go, squaring up with each other. Johnson really just has that kind of style where he has just his hands a little bit lowered, his chin a little bit high, but he just finds ways to connect. His combos are nasty. Like, he just really just has a lot of power in his shots, and he just knows how to set up feints and just set up the misdirection to really connect when he needs to, which he can with any shot, and they will be deadly. And as we do it here in the Clubhouse Sportscast, cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining us. All righty, we're approaching here 7 minutes in our own stream, and we are approaching 4 minutes in the second round of Dante Johnson versus Cody Brundage. Let's go. Brundage now here in a kind of like a half guillotine lock. Cody Brundage on his knees. Definitely in a defensive, just very, very. Let's see if there's anything that's tight here. Nope. And Johnson lets go, but does not lose a position whatsoever. Still has Brundage in this kind of weird mount position, kind of guillotine type of thing. But no guillotine locked up. And Brundage is looking to shoot. If he stays in this position, he gets over position now. And now Brundage kind of has an up top. If he gets bucked here, let's see if he can slide down a little bit, get a little bit more of a better position here. He's very high guard on Johnson's back is what Brundage has at the moment. It looks like Johnson is trying to kind of buck right now in a moment, kind of like your typical horse buck. And yep, Brundage no longer has that position, but he does have one of the arms of Johnson, maybe looking to do some submission through there. Looks like armbar, some kind of wrist lock is what he's potentially looking for. At the moment, it does look like he's looking for some kind of armbar, but he loses that now. No more position for Brundage. And right now, Johnson is kind of wailing on Brundage out from the top. None look too damaging, but nonetheless doesn't look great for Brundage at the moment. Johnson definitely does have the upper position. Let's see, 2 minutes approaching left in the second round. This is a 3-round fight, as it is just a prelim card fight still technically, but it is the first official fight this year on CBS. And I may be incorrect, but this may also be one of the first public broadcasted UFC events in a really long time. Like I mentioned, if you have any kind of public CBS, you should be able to tap into the fight with us currently. Pretty big moves for the UFC on the broadcasting end, moving over to Paramount Plus, a subscriber-friendly format instead of the format that we've known for quite a while, the HBO format, pay-per-view format, excuse me. Not HBO, but the pay-per-view format where you paid for each individual card. Now, with the Paramount Plus, you kind of, pay monthly for that subscription and you get all the UFC events. So Definitely an interesting era of the UFC. Right now, Johnson kind of just taking control of this fight here. As mentioned, UFC 326. This is the prelims. Um, Cody Brundage versus Dante Johnson. The main event of UFC 326 is going to be the baddest motherfucker title. Yes, you heard me correct. That is the BMF. So we're here approaching the later hours, so it's time to put the babies to bed. That is the baddest motherfucker title is going to be coming up later tonight between Max Holloway and Charles Dobronx Oliveira. That's going to be Max Blessed Holloway. He is the current holder of that BMF title. Once again, this is UFC 326. This is the Clubhouse Sportscast, and this is the live stream watch along. Thank you for joining us. Quick little pause in the fight here. There is 16 seconds left officially in the second round. It looked like there might have been an eye poke, so they're stopping the fight, just making sure everything's okay. It looks like both fighters are doing okay. So probably get back to action here soon. There will be remaining 15 seconds left, and there will be round 3 coming up, assumingly. If there isn't a walk-off KO of some sort. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we have a third round fight coming up, ladies and gentlemen, for the first CBS fight of the evening, UFC 326, BMF title, Holloway versus Oliveira. Currently, we are in a commercial going into round 3 of Cody Brundage versus Dante Johnson. So we'll see you here in about 30 seconds, closer to 45. All right, I'm going to unmute here during commercial break because we do have an OG member of the stream. Raja. She is the BMK current title holder. She's the baddest motherfucking kitty. So if anybody wants to square up with Raja for the BMK title, let me know. You're going to have some tough comp with this one. Good girl. That's the homie. All right, we are back. Round 3 is starting now. Brundage versus Johnson. In this third round fight, this is the last and final round of this fight. All right, a couple on the feet exchanges between the two. Cody shoots, gets stuffed. Brundage has his neck. Cody has kind of this knee position once again, which allows Johnson to apply pressure to the neck, and he stands him up instead. Chooses to stand him up. They're both back on the feet. Johnson with a front body kick, Johnson with a down leg kick, Johnson with a jab. Both exchange jabs. Johnson with a jab, Johnson with another jab. He is fighting out of the orthodox fight stance. Both of them fight out of the orthodox fight stance currently. Orthodox boxing stance. Johnson throws a leg kick. Ooh, Johnson with a couple big shots to the head of Brundage, but Brundage, with 2 very solid jabs to exchange. 2 very solid left jabs to exchange. Let's see, we are approaching 3:15, 3:14, 3:13, 3:12, 3:11 here in the third and final round of the Cody Brundage versus Dante Johnson bout of UFC 326. If you are watching along with us, as mentioned, this is on CBS for you to watch, and Paramount Plus if you have it. Alrighty, both still standing up, surprisingly enough, thus far in this round. Probably the longest they've gone standing in a round so far. There was the one shot by Brundage that was stuffed earlier, but they were only on the ground for probably like no more than 7 seconds, definitely. Both on the feet still currently, not too much action quite yet, kind of exchanging jabs, setting up feints. Probably each fighter probably looking for the big shot at this moment or the big next, setting up what they want to finish this fight with here. Cody backed up against the cage, but not necessarily pressured. He is a little bit more now, but he does throw 2 exchanging shots that backs Johnson off of him a little bit and moves him a little bit towards the center of the octagon. Johnson still, though, holds the center of the octagon a little bit more, applies the pressure. Kind of Cody's been playing more of the outside. Both on the feet still, just kind of exchanging lefts and rights. 1s and 2s. Right leg kick by Brunson to the front leg, right leg of Johnson, front left leg of Johnson. Johnson now with a small cut under his eye. Brundage has a bit of a swelled eye himself. Good solid jab by Brundage. Johnson approaching 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Ooh. Shot by Brundage after a couple of bigger shots by Johnson. Right now, Brundage has Johnson up against the cage, but kind of just trying to work position and figure out what he wants to do with it right now. Right now, Johnson doing a good job playing defense, and he circles off the cage and reclaims the middle of the octagon. Johnson kind of backed up against the cage now after a 1-2 from, Brundage up against the cage after a 1-2 from Johnson. I apologize. Oh, a little bit of a lunging shot by Brundage, but does not connect. Less than a minute left. Brundage looks up at the clock. You can tell he's a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued in this fight. See if he can will out the gas. And he shoots, gets stuffed once again. Johnson on top. That's Brundage that shot and did not have a successful shoot. Right now, Johnson with, again, the more a little bit of a guillotine kind of position that he holds, but not really doing anything. There's 15 seconds left. Let's see what he does. They both get back to the feet. Let's see if they point to the ground and duke it out. No. They're both exchanging definitely heavy power shots, but nothing connecting. Both doesn't seem like have maybe enough power to put the other one out, and it's going to go the distance. Dante Johnson versus Cody Brundage. I think Johnson probably won this fight. It's going to go to decision, of course. I think it's going to be a unanimous Dante Johnson W. We'll see here. All right, and this is just a pop-up live stream. We are going to have our official live stream watch-along here within less than a couple hours during the main card events of the Oliveira and Holloway fight here a little bit later. But right now, I just wanted to do a quick pop-up live, just hop in and hang out with you guys real quick and just let you guys know that we're going to be going live in a little bit officially. Good solid matchup between Dante Johnson and Cody Brundage. Might have not been all of what the viewers were looking for, but nonetheless, both exchanged really solid shots, and it was a very fast-paced and just high-energy fight regardless. So nothing more you can really ask for other than, of course, a knockout of some sort or some kind of finish. But more nonetheless, do we get those than not? So gotta really enjoy the just beauty of the MMA martial art itself as we can. Ain't that right, Raja?